9 Creepiest videos ever caught on camera. Some videos leave us haunted long after the screen darkens, blurring the line between reality and nightmare, unexplainable figures, and chilling encounters. Here are 9 of the creepiest videos ever caught on camera. Watch if you dare. Every Christmas Eve, kids set traps, stay up late, and hide cameras, desperate to catch Santa in the act. But somehow, he always slips by. No photos, no footage, just gifts and silence. But in this video, someone tries to outsmart him. And then, something happens. Santa shows up, but not the jolly old man from bedtime stories. This version knows he's being watched. He doesn't smile, he stares back. And what he does next isn't magical, it's disturbing. Like he's punishing them for looking too hard. Maybe we were never meant to see him. Maybe he decides who forgets and who disappears. A girl catches her mum sleepwalking. She's been moving through the house in a trance-like state, her eyes vacant and her demeanor unsettling, as if guided by an unseen force as she keeps banging the door to the oven while her daughter calls her repeatedly. Suddenly, she stops and stands motionless, her posture rigid and unnatural. The silence is deafening, broken only by the creaking of the floorboards beneath her feet. Without warning, she and Ben turns sharply, her movements jerky and disjointed, and begins to walk towards the camera with a fixed, unblinking stare.
Ma?
The video cuts to black just as she reaches the lens, leaving viewers with a lingering sense of unease and the haunting question of what transpired next. There, slumped in a coffin, lies what once was his great-grandmother, who passed in 1945. Her body is mummified, halfway turned to bone, the remnants of flesh clinging to her skeletal frame. Her eyes are sunken, her jaw slack, her dress hanging loosely like a shroud. The man introduces her as if she's still very much alive. He approaches, gently, lovingly, and presses his lips to her face again and again. You want to look away, but can't. He explains, still signing, that he lacks the money for a proper burial. The cemetery is too far, too expensive, so he keeps her, with him, watching over him. The silence in the background is deafening, broken only by the occasional creak of an old chair or the wind rustling through the tarp. It's not just disturbing, it's intimate in a way that makes your skin crawl. Not because of what you're seeing, but because deep down, it feels like he doesn't see anything wrong.
Тарзан! Опор! А теперь ко мне. Ко мне, Тарзан. Ко мне, я говорю. Тарзан! Тарзан, я сказал, ко мне! Тарзан, ко мне!
This man, who's out for a walk with his dog, freezes when he sees the little child floating in the air. His dog whines, tugging at the leash. And then, almost sensing they'd been seeing, the girl lowers slowly, gracefully, without panic. The moment she touches the ground, both figures bolt into the woods, vanishing behind the trees.
Что это? Тихо, тихо, Тарзан. Тарзан, тихо, Тарзан. Боже мой.
In a dim, rust-stained enclosure that seems to swallow sound, something stirs in the corner. At first, it looks like a stray animal, A dog, maybe, curled tight in defense. But then the camera creeps closer, and the illusion fractures. This isn't a beast. It's something worse. Perched low to the floor is a creature with a human face. Feminine, almost, but not quite. Its skin is pale, the expression far too sentient. The eyes dart back and forth, calculating, and the mouth moves, murmuring something inaudible, like a confession whispered to the shadows. Its body, hunched and wrong, trembles with unnatural spasms. Limbs twitch in ways no animals ever should, and then it looks into the camera. Those who know Southeast Asian folklore may feel a chill of recognition. The Kuyang, a spirit of black magic, said to separate her head from her body and fly through the night, entrails trailing behind in search of blood. But this isn't the Kuyang we know. This one slinks, crawls, merges human and beast in a way that suggests not possession, but transformation. What if the legends were only half true? What if, instead of floating, the Kuyang had learned to crawl, to infiltrate our world on all fours? It's the middle of the night, quiet, still. A man steps out to clean the backyard pool. The water ripples under moonlight, peaceful at first. His motions are steady, methodical. But then, from the edge of the screen, a shadow shifts, subtle, creeping. It glides toward him with unnatural silence. He doesn't notice until he freezes. Suddenly, his body stiffens, locked in place. The pool skimmer drops from his hand, and then he turns. But something in his eyes is wrong. Hollow, unfamiliar. A woman, his wife, rushes out, sensing the wrongness in the air. She calls his name. No answer. His smile is off. A twitch here, a blank stare there. Then he drops low to the ground, hands and feet bent like a creature ready to pounce. His body jerks in mimicry of an animal, as if something inside him has forgotten how to be human. She screams and runs for help, but behind her he slinks closer to the earth, possessed by something primal and violent. Something that doesn't want to hide anymore. Whatever entered him didn't just take control, it changed him. Several people have been reported missing in Japan under strange circumstances, but the case of Akira and Kanako, a couple who mysteriously vanished without a trace, tops it all. Their disappearance is shrouded in mystery, with no leads or explanations, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and a community gripped by fear. This video was taken from the CCTV in their home, and what was recorded was shocking. First, a ceramic ware moves by itself and falls to the floor with no one around. Next, the atmosphere grows steadily more oppressive. In several corners of the house once shared by Akira and Kanako, strange disturbances begin to unravel the silence. Cupboards creak open slowly, as if coaxed by unseen hands. Closet doors swing ajar without a sound of footsteps nearby. A child's toy rotates on its own, its plastic eyes staring into the void, unblinking. Suddenly, a loud, thunderous banging erupts from the main hallway door, echoing through the space like a demand for entry. But when checked, there is no one there, not even a shadow, just the still, suffocating air and a creeping sense that something else is watching. These unexplained phenomena layer themselves into a chilling theory that perhaps Akira and Kaneko didn't simply vanish. Perhaps they were taken by something beyond comprehension. This video captures a woman seated alone in a well-lit room, making a call and unaware of what is happening behind her. Suddenly, a cross position behind her on the wall begins to move independently, turning upside down on the wall without any visible cause. The woman remains oblivious to the movement, engrossed in her call, decides to turn briefly to check if something is out of place, as if prompted by a supernatural force, and is immediately shocked and frightened as she runs away in fear.
Something in here. Did you take the trash out? What the fuck, baby? The lights are fucking flickering now, dude. Baby, stop! What the fuck? Baby!
Is it a mere trick of the eye, or is there something more sinister lurking in the shadows? In this TikTok video shared by Tim Saver, a former security guard recounts one of his most chilling encounters during a night shift at a facility that has since been demolished. As he walks through the well-lit corridors, an oppressive silence fills the air, broken only by distant, inexplicable sounds. He speaks of a presence that can't be seen, only felt, a heavy, watchful energy that clings to the walls like shadows with eyes. Though nothing appears on camera at first, every step forward seems to disturb something ancient and unseen. It's not just fear, it's the overwhelming sense that he was never truly alone in that building. And judging by the urgency in his voice, whatever it was, it knew he was there.
I don't have to be here. I can quit any time, but I'm drawn to this place. Whatever is going on, I feel like I need to see it through. The following video takes place in one of the break rooms. I try my first feeble attempt at communication. Please excuse my raspy voice. I'm still recovering.
Now in the break room, his snap of coffee and lunch were on the table when the apple suddenly moved in a strange way that couldn't have been natural. He tries to pick up the coffee cup as well, and it moves away from him.
What do you want? Who are you? What does this mean? What do you want?
The video leaves viewers gripped by a gnawing sense of unease. The events captured defy all logic, whispering of something far more sinister lurking just out of sight, something not quite human, yet all too aware. But what truly unsettles is what happens after the video ends. In the comments, concern brews like a storm. Where's episode 6? Bro, it's been days, you good? And more ominously, Chap's dead. These aren't just fan questions, they're breadcrumbs to a chilling possibility. The gap in uploads, the missing night 6, and the silence that followed began to feel less like a creative pause and more like the story spilling off screen. Did the horror stay fictional, or did it become real? So next time you hear a strange sound in the dark or feel eyes watching when no one's there, ask yourself, what if it isn't your imagination?